Hey, good night, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Come Out Things. No, this one is dealing especially with the Prime Minister's press conference to us, the populace of Barbados, relevant to what is ongoing as far as the gun crime and murders, violence, etc., which has the people of Barbados in a state of fear and anxiety. No, I know that a lot of you would have listened to her and a lot of you would have your opinions. And I believe to take this opportunity to use this channel, even if you do it using secret facades, so to speak, not using your own names, or you want to use a different name, an alias, and put it out, please comment and let me know what you think if you've listened to it in its entirety. But this is my perception of what she said. There are certain things but very few that I agree with, because people tend to think that I'm against her. I'm not against her. Sometimes I'm against the programs that she's instituting. All right, and I'm against things which do not trickle down to the poor, where there's not enough justice, where I believe that we are not being given a chance to express or hear what is actually going on in our government, and not being able to give our rightful opinion as to the way things should go. No, I'm going to tell you something first. There's a difference between a boss and a leader. A boss is someone who gives orders, who states what's supposed to be done, how they want it done, when it should be done, etc. A leader takes advice, asks opinions, listens to the working class and all the other people. You understand? And gives people a chance to have their say. What I heard tonight was a boss. I didn't hear a leader. Let me tell you why. There is no institution or agency that can relate or seriously tell you what is happening on a block in a ghetto. There is no doctor who does not come from the ghetto, no lawyer, no chief of staff, no trade unionist who does not learn in an area, does not associate with the people from areas, who can tell you what is happening in the ghettos of Barbados, what is happening with the young people of Barbados, what is happening as far as crime. And what the Prime Minister has just told us is that she has instituted what would be an advisory council on citizen security. And I want you to listen to the names of the people she has placed. She's spoken of the private sector, this body from the Senate, this body from the Defense Force, this ex-deputy commissioner. Up to now, I have not heard her speak about somebody from within the area. And I keep stressing this. I keep stressing that for somebody to understand, you understand? And to be able to assimilate with what is happening, they have to have been through it. No, she started to digress also. She spoke about climate change. She talked about a lorry and some tarpaulin with her uncle and all kinds of things. But up to now, she has not answered Stetson Bab's question. What can you tell Miss Ben from Bell Hill or Miss Adams from Adam Castle to make them stop having fear immediately? She has not done this. I have not heard her state that, well, this is what we are going to do. We are going into such and such a place at such a time, right now, as a bum, and we have things in place now that where people will go, and the people, and she has been evasive as far as the question put by one journalist as to the big people whose names are being heard and who are said to be bringing in the firearms. So sometimes you can say a lot, but say nothing, and that is what I heard just now. But as I told you before, the rules of engagement have changed. Because from the time you get this kind of violence, the police will be given orders, the militia will be given orders, paramilitary, the military will be given orders to engage people in a certain manner. Alright? And you will find they will be more forceful. But I don't want it to get too carried away. Because I know right now of a situation. And it happened yesterday where a 13-year-old boy left home, going to school in a northern school, and he had to leave home early. Had to leave home before 7 o'clock. Walking by himself, has dreadlocks, getting ready to go and catch a bus to get to school. If he misses that 7 o'clock bus, he has to catch another bus, which will make him have to pay 2 bus fares. And the police pulled up on that boy, 13 years old, told him, one of them put their hand on the firearm. They didn't pull it, put their hand on the firearm. Told him put his hands in the air. And they made that little boy skin out all the books out of his bag. 13 years old. Now I know the rules of engagement have changed. But we need people with diplomacy, discretion. How is that boy going to look at police? No. And you want cooperation. You understand? It is said that one bad apple doesn't spoil the whole bunch. But sometimes it can have a ripple effect and cause people to think that all apples are bad. What do you have to say about that? That is something that occurred yesterday. That boy, however, had to get to school late, and who knows if his parents had enough money to give him the extra money to catch another bus, because he got to school later than usual. He had to catch 2 buses because the police made him miss the bus. A 13-year-old boy. Alright, you understand what I'm saying? What I believe, yes, I believe the police should be given powers. I believe she should be given more powers. Obviously, there's a shortage of staff. You understand, as far as they're concerned. But there's certain things that need to be done, and they need to come into communities and speak to people. Another thing, our government, our police agencies, and the justice system keep contradicting themselves when they speak about rehabilitation. I heard the Prime Minister speaking about rehabilitation. But how can you have rehabilitation if you have a person who has been charged years ago for 10 pieces of marijuana and 1 tablet and cannot get their record expunged even though it's more than 20 years ago because you decide that their name keep calling? How do you expect that person to exist and feel in Barbados? How do you expect people when they have to carry in a certificate of character to a workplace to get jobs? You understand? And you keep doing that and not giving them a chance to clean their record if after a certain amount of years they have not been involved in any problems. Yeah? Why not come to some of these same people who have been, I'm not speaking about people who have charges pending, I'm speaking of people who have been involved in antisocial behavior or deviant behavior. Why not come to some of them and say, tell me something, what's going on? What do you suggest we need to do? Help us. If you want to build a house out of wood, you go to a carpenter. If you want to build a house out of bricks, you go to a mason. If you want your tooth pulled, you go to a dentist, because they have studied and they have practiced. So why not go to somebody who has studied and practiced that kind of behavior to ask them what is going on, or somebody who has lived in the ghetto and who has been on blocks, or who still goes on blocks and speaks to people? You understand? You will never get any real solution if you take the alternative that they're going. Good luck to this advisory council. That's all I can say. Alright? But you said a lot and said nothing, because none of these people can relate to what is going on within the communities. None of the young people ain't speaking to them. They will tell them that first. I am telling you. I know. I come from a ghetto. You understand? I know. I originate from New Orleans. I've lived in the Pine all of my life. I know exactly. You understand what will be told to them, and and how the fellas will get together and laugh when they're gone. You understand what I'm saying? Come on, people. We can do better than this. It is time that we, the people, though, start to write letters and start to put out things so the Prime Minister, her Parliament, the Commissioner of Police, all of them will know how we feel. You understand me? Tell me something. How do you expect, right? You would have had a peace treaty. It was working. But you never asked for guns. No, you're asking, suggesting a gun amnesty. If somebody believes that somebody's going to do this something and they want more guns, you feel they're going to turn in a gun? Be truthful. That ain't going to work. And then you're speaking of curfews. I'm hearing them speaking about, indirectly speaking about how the little girl was out on the block late at night. If you listen to what's happening in Antigua, they have instituted a law where no child under the age of 16 is supposed to be out after 10 o'clock at night. So I can see Barbados going down the same lines. They all eat from the same plate. You understand? Why not look at a model at work? Why not look at El Salvador and certain parts of Jamaica and see what they instituted to stop violence, gun violence, and what they did? El Salvador and Sri Lanka, they were successful. Why not utilize one of those models? Come to the people. Hear what they have to say, Madam Prime Minister. Okay? And to the rest of you, please, let me hear your opinions. We need to hear your opinions because we need to put a stop to this. Not later or in the foreseeable future, but no. So that Miss Adams and Miss Ben can feel comfortable today. To know, not tomorrow. Alright, this is another edition of Come Out Things. Keep your spirits up, keep your temper down, and do something good for somebody today. Thank you.